It's the Cosmic Closet Podcast. Take a seat, sit back, relax. The show really is the best. We got Jacob on the piano, playing, spitting some rhymes. Oh man, this show's gonna go on for a very long time.
Is that it?
Yeah,
that was good as hell, dude.
Thank you. I don't really dabble too much in it, but this was our first cold open.
Yeah, that's the only tune I know how to play.
Yeah. Well.
So yeah, welcome to the Cosmic Closet. I'm here with Blaine.
Yeah, we got Jacob on the controls now.
Yeah, change of pace here. Hope
I am in the passenger seat.
Hope I do well.
Oh, you will. Can't be worse than me.
Oh, you will. I'll make sure of it. You better not fail me.
You want a place on this show, you will. We got a great lineup today, everybody. What the hell are you talking about?
So yeah, we have a great lineup. Let me expand on that. We're talking about Juul. We're talking about shit that we're watching on TV.
Oh, yep.
And always, Outer Worlds news.
Of course.
What do you got for us?
The FDA is slapping Juul around, so I'll keep us up on that. We've been calling ever since the FDA started enforcing Juul. We were boarding it, so we're just gonna give some updates.
Yes, I have a delicious update. Should we just start there then?
Yeah, let's just get into it.
So, Juul has been commandeered, basically, by the company called Altria. They are the parent company of Philip Morris USA, which has a hand in Marlboro cigarettes.
Oh, no.
So, they purchased 35% of their stock. So now they are basically calling the shots. Which means...
Didn't you call this?
You
said Big Tobacco would eventually get into it?
I said that Big Tobacco was the one behind the smear campaign. But it seems they said, you know what? If you can't beat them, join them.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Now the e-cigarette maker is worth more than Airbnb or SpaceX.
Yeah, dude. I think it was a $2 billion deal. I think they paid just for the employees $2 billion to spread around.
Yeah, there's only 800 employees in the company.
I wish they accepted my internship application.
Would that even look good on a resume?
I think so. Who cares?
Yes, yeah. It's like a startup, yeah, I guess.
So this means Juul is now Big Tobacco, and I'm glad I made the switch long ago to Soren, because I don't want to support tobacco companies at all.
No, that's bad. They're gonna get ripped on.
So I don't know if it was good timing for Altria. Like you said with the FDA, unless, they've got money to throw around and they pull a few strings in their favor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. Since the buyout, or whatever they purchased, the $12.8 billion deal, Juul gave all of their employees bonuses that averaged $1.3 million each.
Holy crap, dude.
All their employees became millionaires, it said.
That's amazing. I can't even be mad at Juul themselves. Like, I would take the deal if I were them.
That's insane.
Although this goes against everything they've ever stood for.
What's that?
Just a clean alternative to traditional tobacco.
That's why they're gonna get looked at even more closely now.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So that's a big old shame, in my opinion.
Do you think that company just wanted the name? Because any big tobacco company can make their own vapes. I think they just wanted the look and the name of it.
I think they did have their own vapes and said, "Screw it, we can't do this." Yeah, they announced they would discontinue its own line of e-cigarettes and promote Juul.
Yeah, Juul. When you think of e-cigs nowadays, it's Juul.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
like it's even a meme.
Yeah,
Like you don't
it's
see
been around.
memes about like, oh, all these high school kids are going to the bathroom to use their Sorens.
Yeah, even like mod boxes used to get memed on, and then
Yeah.
now they're like completely overlooked now. This is the new meme.
Honestly, I think I have more respect for mod boxes now.
Yeah, I think that's why it went away. Everybody's like, "Well, we shouldn't have made fun of them. What have we created?"
It's like I get it's Joe Jamison looking at the Spider-Man suit. He's like, I guess he was a hero all along, and I could just never see it.
That's what it is, dude.
But yeah, so Juul is now joined the dark side. The first
I'm
galactic
surprised.
tobacco empire.
Worth more than SpaceX. That's just ridiculous.
It's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, we should be investing more in space. An e-cigarette company is beating a space exploration company.
Mm-hmm. But can't always get what you want.
Well, we also don't know the effects of Juul, so who knows how long these will be around.
I'd say more than 5 years at least.
Yeah, I know.
Anything else to add here? Do you have any... Go on.
I would never invest in anything like this because there's just too much scrutiny.
I agree.
I don't know why they would make this big of a purchase. $12.8 billion deal in a tobacco business. That would be different, but it's e-cigs and in the area is still new. We don't even know how to regulate them right now, so that's a pretty bold move.
Man, I don't know. I think things are gonna quiet down after this. Like, they have all the money and they call all the shots. And a tobacco company owning an e-cig company, like, everybody knows cigarettes are fucking bad for you. So how much worse can a Juul be than?
Oh yeah,
and they basically own it. So I think money's gonna just get thrown around, and it's just gonna quiet down from now on.
Yeah, I think. How much did they buy into it? How much do they own?
35%.
So they're not really calling the shots. They're just getting some of the profit.
If you want to keep shareholders, you want to do what they say.
Yeah, if they own a third of it, a little over a third. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't really know how much Juul can develop. What else can you add? It's a sleek design already. There's only so many flavors. Where else are they gonna expand to?
They might. I could see them making mod boxes.
Oh yeah.
And then they'll advertise that as the real adults item. They'll advertise normal Juuls for college people, but then they'll say, "Who needs a Juul when you've got a mega Juul? Look like a real intellectual when you fill your own juice and sample all its."
That's so, I don't know. The tobacco industry is weird to me because you don't really hear too much about it unless it's getting criticized. But like if let's say you had a company and someone wanted to apply for a position, so you interviewed them and they told you that they used to run a tobacco company or they were a high executive. To me, that'd be like, oh man, it's a little off-putting.
I don't know. I wonder if it's different in like the actual business world. They probably are just like, They probably just see dollar signs. They'll be like,
True.
damn, this guy was a huge part of a tobacco company. Dude must know what he's doing.
I guess. You can make the case.
Yeah, I mean, that's based on nothing, so.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, this is a very new development. This was December 21st news.
Yeah, that came after the FDA slapped him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting that they would make a deal. They must have some big plans.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like odd timing, so they must be sure and confident of something.
Well, I guess we'll just watch this. Not really sure what else to say on it. They're gonna keep us in the dark until the stuff starts rolling out.
Yep.
That's the other thing. It's so secretive. It's just a secretive business.
Yeah, it is. So, next topic?
Yeah.
So, lately on the show, I've been saying I haven't been watching anything, and that all changed last night when I had an insomniatic attack. I'm just kidding, that's not a thing.
Sent me Snapchats of it.
So I couldn't sleep at all till like 7 a.m. And I spent that time watching Ash versus the Evil Dead. And so I am a fan of the Evil Dead movies. Seen all of them. Also saw The Evil Dead from a few years back. It was a reboot. And they continued Ash's storyline from the first movies in a Starz TV show. And I gotta say, it's pretty good. Kept the same tone as Evil Dead 2, at least, and Army of Darkness. Although, I'm just gonna turn this into a review if you don't mind.
I've never seen any of this.
Okay, so I won't spoil anything too much.
Go for
But,
it.
I watched all of season 1 last night, and I gotta say, probably my biggest gripe has to be that Army of Darkness doesn't seem to be canon at all. There's one line that makes me think maybe, and I'll get to that in a second. But Ash gives his whole backstory to a side character, just as exposition for both the audience member and, the side character. And he doesn't mention once going back in time and fighting Deadites with medieval knights. So you'd think that'd be the first thing he says. Because, imagine.
Right.
So
Weird.
Yeah, so I don't think that's canon anymore. But toward the end, we meet the person who wrote the Necronomicon, and she says, like, Ash, you showed up in my prophecy, and you're supposed to end all this, and I can't have you do that. So part of me thinks he showed up in the prophecy perhaps through time travel, and the book was written around Army of Darkness? Who knows? But actually, I don't think that makes sense, because I think the Necronomicon existed before Army of Darkness happened, so maybe not. Maybe it really just is a prophecy and Army of Darkness isn't canon. Who knows? Maybe seasons 2 and 3 will give some insight. But the side characters are all great. Pablo and the other girl, they're cool.
Right.
The girl.
I didn't know it was
right,
like a series. I thought it was just
Oh yeah, I was surprised how long it
movie.
is. This other girl on the right, she's in like the last 2 episodes, and she doesn't do anything. She's more of just a plot piece, a set piece, really. She's just there to be another body. But the 3 on the left, cast is great. They casted Bruce Campbell to be Ash again, and he's his old slimy self. It's non-PC, because that goes just with Ash's character, I guess. And I kind of appreciate that. Like, they're not afraid to say some questionable
Raunchy.
things. Yeah. I mean, this is people in real life. They'll say what they want to say, you know. And this doesn't really
Right.
hold back. It's cheesy and campy as all hell, which I like. All the effects are pretty much in line with Evil Dead. They're all
Oh, God.
most of them are practical. Sometimes it seems to purposely look like shit, which I kind of like. If you've seen Evil Dead 1 and 2 and Army of Darkness, then you can easily appreciate this show. I don't think it hinders anything at all. It's just more content for this character that everybody loves.
Good stuff.
I kind of hope that there is a crossover with Bruce Campbell's Ash and the Ash from... Oh, wait, no, is it Ash? The main character from the Evil Dead reboot. And one thing back then that got me hyped was there's an after credits scene for the Evil Dead, and it's Bruce Campbell, and he said, and that's Ash, and he looks at the camera and says, "Groovy," like, so like they're aware that people like Bruce Campbell in the old movies, so why not slap them together? And you already have time travel, so even if the Evil Dead is in another universe and it's just a reimagining, then why not have a crossover where they open a dimensional portal with the Necronomicon?
Of course.
So that'd be cool. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. I doubt it will. But I'm excited to watch seasons 2 and 3. Good show. I rate it 7.
Good show. I rated 7.
I think that's a good score.
For Netflix, yeah.
I would say 5 or 6 if you don't know if you've never seen any of the Evil
Don't
Dead
know the
movies.
lore.
Yeah. Dude, you could probably give it a 4 even with the if you don't understand what they're going for with the effects. Cuz I mean, like I said, it seems to intentionally look like shit sometimes.
It's like that one movie that we watched. Oh, the karate one. Black Dynamite.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, it's just the style. Man, that's all I gotta say about
you've
that.
been watching, huh?
Yeah, and I also promised a couple weeks ago I'd perhaps watch something else on Netflix, and you know what? Before this call, I watched this whole series. Bionicle: The Journey to One. This...
Oh, God.
I was expecting a fucking, 12 episode per season show. Dude, this has 2 seasons with a total of 5 episodes. This is probably one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't even care that it's a kid's show. It's such a poorly done, poorly written dumpster fire, dude. And that's without my Bionicle nostalgia glasses on. It's legit just a shitty piece of media. Oh my god. So sometimes
5 episodes? That means that one season had, 2 episodes in it?
Yeah, season 2 had 2 episodes, season 1, 3. So, they couldn't even have season 2 and its finale have a fucking 3rd episode. I don't know if it was planned to be 5 episodes or if it was just canceled very quickly. But it was straight to Netflix, so I don't know how you cancel a Netflix show halfway through.
I don't know how you make something that bad.
Oh, dude, I haven't even started. Oh, man, the animation. I'm not like I said in the Spider-Verse review. We're not experts on animation, but I thought the background animation was good, like the backdrops, and there's some effects and stuff of people like landing, and there's like dust that would fly off the ground and shit. Waves
Right.
in the water. Everything looked nice in the background, but the models themselves of the characters, you could tell that they're just computer generated. Like, obviously they are, but they just look like a college art student's project.
Jeez.
Yeah, let me just show you some images. So, on the left here, see the backdrop looks okay, but these fucking monstrosities just standing, they just look copy and pasted onto the backdrop.
Monstrosities.
And then in this image on the right, like, you can see the X plane does not match what's going on in the background. They're just copy and pasted. It's just standing there. All the characters are in like a Borderlands kind of style, while the background is like minimalist. I can't even describe the background.
An actual camera photo.
No, it's like a poorly drawn, not poorly drawn, but like a minimalist style. It's just very childish, but it does not match the Borderlands models they have going on. And dude, that's just the animation. Let's talk about the sound and editing. There were some scenes where they just did not even have sound effects. There would be action scenes where they'd fucking use their elemental powers to control water and ice and throw shit around like rocks. And they would impact things with no sound effect whatsoever. Sometimes you'd have a character like moving and clearly trying to say something, but I don't know if they just forgot, but they just didn't have lines sometimes.
What the fuck?
Like, there was one scene, one shot, I guess, I don't know. And it was just of a single character looking at something and like moving around, and yeah, they're obviously saying something, but there's nothing there.
How does it slip past them? The editing.
Let me tell you, nobody gives a shit.
Sure, they only have to make it through 5 episodes.
Yeah. Like, dude,
we've put more work into this podcast than they put into that.
Like, honestly, I could have probably worked on this myself and had just a little resume builder. Because it did not seem like any effort was put in. I feel like I could have helped a little bit. It's just sad.
They had just an open team. You could just join.
The story itself sucked. So, dude, episode 1...
Any big character deaths?
None whatsoever, dude. Okay, well, the villain.
Who cares about that? We want an Infinity War.
The first episode is literally just exposition. It's like this whole... It's a storyteller telling what's going on, what happened a few years ago. And it's like this whole long-ass story. And it's new. Like, this is a reboot of the universe. And they're just telling us new lore. But it's about the 6 Toa that are in the show. So why not make that whole fucking story season 1? Yeah. And then have this shitty story season 2. It didn't make any sense to me. Like, they could have actually made more money and like more fans really just by completely animating all that lore that they just dump on you in the first episode. And then after that, it's just a downward slope. They have to befriend these disgusting looking animals, and for some reason, they're like half the key to their power. They have to like I don't know, fuse with each animal whenever they want to go Super Saiyan.
What? Avatar.
Yeah, it's just so dumb. Like, why? They have masks that control elements and stuff. Just let them use their own power. But yeah, these animals are like super special and connected to the land. It's so dumb. And the worst part, this is a reboot of the original Bionicle that everyone likes. So you've got Toa the red guy. That's him. That's the same guy as from the Mask of Light movie.
He's a classic.
Yeah, so they have all the classic Toa, and half of them don't even act like how they're supposed to act. They completely rewrote their personalities.
How was the voice acting?
Bad. Sometimes it was bad. I think I recognized some good like voice actors just from watching a lot of stuff, and they were okay. Like Onua, I think, the purple guy, who by the way is supposed to be black.
Men in purple?
Yep. Don't know why. I don't know how black would be confusing. I guess you could think he's evil, but they're kids watching this. I don't think it matters a whole lot. But anywho.
Or if they know the lore, they'd know that he's supposed to be black. True.
Yeah, that kind of grinds my gears a little bit. Toa Pahatu. God damn, I sound so... I'm disgusted with myself right now.
I don't know anything that you're talking about.
He's the brown guy, the Toa of Stone, and he's just a dick in this universe. Just an asshole. And he's like Raphael of the TMNT.
Oh yeah.
He's just an asshole who wants to work alone. He doesn't want to synchronize with his animal for an episode. So that was the whole plot of that episode. Oh, I'm not gonna morph with you. Fuck you. I don't like scorpions. And then, oh no, he found my weakness. I'm afraid to connect with my animal, but I would suck it up and do it anyway and save the day. And then he learns the value of unity. So that's Pahatu, where in the original movie, he's just a baller. He's just there to chill.
Jeez.
Their designs, I think, are bad. I do like how they varied their sizes a little bit. Like, Onua is a straight up tank. He's a massive unit. Gali, the blue one, she's like petite. And everyone else is kind of average. But,
they're robots.
Dude, one thing I don't know if I liked. This could be up for debate, but when they speak, their mouths don't move.
Oh.
They're like robots.
I thought it was always like that.
No, in the original movies, their mouths moved. They're like organic.
Whoa.
So in this, their eyes kind of light up every time they speak. I can see both sides of the argument, I guess. But one thing I just absolutely hated was in the whole origin story of episode 1, they kicked a lot of ass, dude. They were just amazing, I guess, in the universe. They're just like heroes and shit. And they didn't even have like their new masks. So in like episode 2, they just start the episode with everybody getting their mask. Oh no, that's the end of the episode. So they have to connect with these stupid animals, go through a trial, and like learn to synchronize with their spirit animal, and then they earn their mask. But like, really? They did not need new masks considering all the shit they did before. I'd say the shit they did before was more heroic than what they did here.
Yeah, but I don't know why they just didn't make a separate season for the origins.
Yeah, it was dumb. So they get these new masks, and they didn't even try, dude. They're just the same masks, but gold. So, like, one thing is, how the fuck were the masks already made, and they're just carbon copies that are just the same mask with a little more power?
Probably.
Like, why are they the exact same? I think it would have been cool if they kind of had like a visual upgrade, but you know, it won't matter because you don't even know what they looked like in their origin story. I don't know. Like, it's just gross. You know, the only masks that were fucking gold were the Mask of Light and Time and Life. And now we've got 6 new fucking golden masks. It's just dumb.
Yeah, that's frustrating to say the least.
And then for some reason, Tahu, the leader, is for some reason just clad in gold, and no one else is. It just doesn't make sense to me, their designs.
So out of 10, what would you rate it?
I'd rank this 2. 1 or 2.
Oh my god. Lowest score on the Cosmic Closet.
Dude, it's deserving of it. The villain was awful. Makuto didn't do anything.
One for each season.
There's a secondary villain who was like a bounty hunter, but there just wasn't time to do anything. 5 episodes.
How long was each episode? An hour?
20 minutes.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah, this whole show could have been just a shitty movie. A very shitty movie.
Straight to DVD.
One thing I kind of like, I guess, is the time frame is realistic. They did all their shit in like 2 days, and that's enough for two seasons, I guess.
2 seasons. That's how long I actually took on it to work on. 2 days.
And because it was 2 days, the plot went really fast. But
I wonder if both seasons were released at the same time. Or do you think someone waited for like, oh, I can't wait till season 2?
Oh my god, the cliffhanger, if you could consider it one, was just lame.
Oh.
So, the reason I watched this, I thought there is a 4th Bionicle movie, and I thought it was on Netflix, but it's really just this horrible, awful, shitty show on Netflix. So I still have to see that movie. I forget what it's called, but I believe that is still in the original universe. It's just on a different planet.
Huh.
So hopefully I'll watch that eventually, but I gotta find it. But yeah, that's my review of this horrible thing. It's just disgusting. As an old Bionicle fan, I'm disgusted.
I'm sorry you had to endure it.
Anything for the podcast.
What else do we have coming up?
So Outer Worlds news, I guess.
Yeah.
So a little ongoing topic we got going on is the subject of Outer Worlds, the video game. And I've last reported that there'll be no microtransactions or loot crates.
Always a good sign.
Indeed. So they also said there's no loot crates, which means there's just no gambling whatsoever. So
How do you feel about that?
I feel great. It just leaves out any good possibility of shitty microtransactions if they're eventually to exist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can't just buy loot crates. But anyway, I haven't finished reading this article yet. Okay, one thing you should know is you can play the game however you want. I've probably said this before, but there's a specific scenario that I think Tim Kaine pointed out, one of the lead developers of the game. So he said there's a part where you can like sneak past robots, hack a computer, and steal a password to make the robots fight each other, or steal a computer password that lets you have the robots fight, or hack a terminal nearby to shut the robots down. So it's very similar to the routes you could take in New Vegas, which is always nice to hear. I'm hoping you can have a whole pacifist playthrough too, where you just rely on speech.
Right.
That'd be nice. But I don't know if that's new news, but it's still something noteworthy. You should also know, and I've said this before, it won't be as big as New Vegas.
Oh, what?
Oh, no. In length and in size. It's, so, it's been in development since 2016, and it's published by Private Division. They are designed to make AA games. So they're not indie, but they're also not AAA things like, Fallout New Vegas. So it's kind of like on the low-key side, but it's not indie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm trying to think of any other games like that I've played. Anyway, there are only 2 planets in the game, so don't expect planet hopping. It's just 2 planets, and they're not even open worlds. They're kind of like Borderlands, where they're just large areas that you can explore and probably have quests in and all that jazz, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'd expect... Yeah, I'd say Borderlands. I was going to say Rage. Have you played Rage?
Heard of it.
I was going to say expect that kind of land, but they actually made it kind of open world, but there's nothing at all. It's like more empty than New Vegas Wasteland. So that was...
Oh, God.
That was just a bad idea to bring up. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I think as long as the small areas are full of things to do, things to find, Easter eggs, etc., I think it's fine. And obviously, as long as it's fun. I'm just hoping they have a lot of side quests that mean something, like in New Vegas.
Right.
And not just a campaign with like 10 side quests.
Do we have a release date?
Not yet. Still just 2019.
What if it's like December 2019?
Dude, I'd be so pissed. I would just think, like, how am I supposed to talk about this game for another 12 months?
For real.
But, dude, 2019 is going to go by so fast. All this shit that there is to look forward to, it's just going to come left and right.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Avengers.
yeah, dude.
Spider-Man.
Avengers, that's coming in April? Like, my
Yep.
God, man. So, wait, when's Captain Marvel coming out?
Before that,
Like, fucking, they said the release month, right? They must have had to. I don't remember it, but I'd expect February.
yeah, I think it's February or March.
So, holy shit. So, yeah. After break, we're going to have classes for a couple weeks, and then boom, there's Captain Marvel. All that hype is going to keep us alive until April. And then after that's the summer. Summer goes by super fast. And then probably Outer Worlds will be released by the end of the summer.
Then we'll never see you again. You'll be engulfed.
Yeah, I think by then I'll have to shut the podcast down.
Just focus on your Twitch channel streaming.
Yep. So yeah, don't worry about the release date. As long as it's not pushed to 2020, this couldn't come any sooner. Did that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if
I can see the headline now. Todd Howard sues Outer Worlds developers for stealing idea. Game delayed till 2021.
That's horseshit. You can't steal ideas from the makers of Fallout. Or I mean, you can't steal ideas if you are the makers of Fallout.
Hey, people are suing Fortnite for their dances.
Yeah, they didn't make those dances though.
I know.
Let's get back to that after this. I'm looking through this article. Thought they'd have something new.
You can only report on so much you don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, that pretty much has everything I've said. So that's it for Outer Worlds. Nothing else to really report there. But, how do you feel about Fortnite? Oh, Discord messed up a little bit. How do you feel about... God damn it, I wish I didn't do that. Carlton Banks suing...
Oh, yeah, for his Carlton dance.
Yeah.
And then now the
Ribeiro.
backpack kid is suing for the floss.
Wait.
Yep.
I don't know about that, dude. The backpack kid? Who is that?
The guy that just started flossing on TV or something. He, like, became a meme. He's suing them for using it.
So he's the real legitimate creator of that? Because I know it's older than
So
Fortnite.
he says.
That's...
I mean, they've used some... Like, they used the Snoop Dogg dance the Snoop Dogg used in that music video. They didn't ask any of them, I guess. They should have seen this coming. People are going to try and say, where the hell did you get that dance?
Yeah.
So, I think
that's...
Carlton has more of a case in Backpack Kid, because, like, he was, like, an established actor and stuff.
Yeah, it's literally called the Carlton dance. This isn't called the backpack kid dance.
Yeah, it's just a floss, but, I don't know. That law, all those laws are pretty tricky, unless he specifically got a, copyright it, patent it, or whatever. Because then it's just like, you have to figure out if he was the original creator, and someone could pull up a video from the 40s of someone doing that dance and saying, oh, look, this guy was doing it. Mm-hmm. So, it's just, I don't know. If he wins, though, I guarantee there's going to be a bunch of other people suing him.
Maybe this is the death of Fortnite, and we can all thank Alfonso Ribeiro for leading the charge.
He bankrupts them. They have to shut down the servers. Could happen.
I honestly support him because I watched it side by side, and it's
the exact same.
It's him. It's like they mocapped him.
Here's what he needs to do. You sue him, you make a deal, so they don't have to pay the full amount, and you just get like a lump sum of They're raking in millions. I would just say 3 million off the top, plus like 3 to 4% royalties of the sales.
Yeah, you have to buy the dance, don't you?
Yeah,
That's a good choice. I was about to say like X amount for every player that uses it, but I guess that's
there'd be no way they could like enforce that.
Well, I mean it's factored in now that I know it's not free.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that'd be a good choice actually.
Backpack Kid though, he's gonna have a hard case.
Yeah. Well, leave Backpack Kid in your prayers, everyone. Leave a comment. Wish him luck.
Go fund me for his legal fund.
Let's get him a good lawyer, everybody.
I can't believe we're teaming up with Backpack Kid.
I still don't even know who that is.
Look it up. You'll recognize him if you type in the word Backpack Kid. Like he's a meme. He's been over everything.
Dude, I've never seen this kid. Frankly, I'm glad. Yeah,
That's just suing him.
that's one meme I'm glad I never knew about. God bless.
I guess everyone keep the fight in your prayers. We have a lot of wars going on. There's the war on Juul, there's the war on Fortnite, and there's the war on bird scooters.
Yep. How's that war going?
We take every victory we can get. Every day that we're alive and walking on sidewalks peacefully is a victory to me.
Oh,
Luckily,
wait.
where my parents live, where I'm at right now, bird has not come to this city yet, and
Good.
I took it for granted what it was like to just drive around, not have to worry about clipping someone on a scooter, walking
Amen.
into the grocery store, not getting griefed by someone on a scooter.
Oh, dude, you know what? Speaking of Bird, the H3 podcast during their 8-hour charity stream, they had a mock President Trump call done by, I think it's done.
Oh,
by
they've done that
Secret-
so many times.
Yeah, they did that again, but Justin Roiland asked him how he feels about bird scooters.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
I don't think it was anything important. It was
That's insane. Dude, I wonder if like other people feel how we feel.
yeah, dude. That gave me a little shock.
Dude, I've noticed that stuff that we mention on this podcast gets mentioned by a bunch of other people like a few days after. It's not because they watch us, it's just a coincidence, but
Yeah, I think we can pump shit out pretty fast.
they spend more time setting their stuff up. we're like the local news channels that get to the scene first and they have like
Yeah.
a handheld camera. We're here live.
Oh
We
my
get
god.
like 2 or 3 interviews in and then we leave. They have like drone footage of the scene.
Ah, that's sad. That's true though.
But we are the home of news that is discussed. We don't promise quality.
Yeah. And we also don't promise correctness.
Yeah, don't quote us in a paper or anything. Half the time we have no idea what we're talking about.
That's part of the fun.
The Cosmic Closet Podcast
So
is not responsible for any misleading information.
I have actually. There's a story that went across my desk the other day.
What?
I think it was a week ago, actually. A small town called Kokomo, Indiana. They were draining. Was it a creek? The Wildcat Creek at some estuary.
Kokomo sounds like a terrible city name.
Dude, yeah, I couldn't imagine just telling people I'm from Kokomo,
Yeah, that's
Indiana.
weird. Anyways,
They drained the creek and found a large cache of scooters.
of birds.
Indeed. Can you imagine people just going on a bridge with these damn scooters and just throwing him.
Wait, are you sure that wasn't Indianapolis?
Oh, I'm certain, my friend.
What? Swear to God, I read the same thing about it in Indianapolis. That's weird, though. That is groundbreaking. That means that people are mad.
Yeah. It's... Dude, I'll be honest, boy. Between you and me, I knocked a scooter down the other day.
Oh, yeah, you told me. I praised you. Oh, I also saw on Twitter that Indiana lawmakers and the state senate are looking at regulating birds.
Oi. Oh, you know what?
It seems that our voice has reached the steps of the Capitol.
Blaine, you were right. It was Indy. It's a Freudian slip.
I swear, dude. I was just saying, Kokomo, Indiana. I've never heard that town in my life. There's they have birds.
Yeah, I must have read that in another article about something else.
Yeah.
Probably about inbreeding or something.
But bird will have their day. I was thinking we should write a letter to the lawmakers, a joint letter, post it on the Twitter account.
Sorry, what'd you say? I was reading something.
We should type a letter together on a Google Doc and sign it and send it in to the Senate in that state and tell them why they should regulate these birds.
Let's make an episode about that and I'll screen share.
Like a little quickie?
If it's quick.
Wow. Couldn't have defined it better myself. So yeah, that war's still going on. A lot of stuff. Stuff.
So that's all I got for this episode.
Everybody, this is the home of the news and the home of the war updates now. Everyone, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit that like, and share it to your grandma, to your friends, or anyone that you care about. Because this show cures all that is troubling you. Good night, good morning, and we will see you on the next episode of the Cosmic Closet Podcast.